into Trading Hour on CNBC-TV18. Dollar Industries, that's the next corporate on our radar. It delivered a weak set of Q3 numbers. Lower cotton prices, the volatility in the markets is something that impacted their financials. Revenues declined 16% on a quarter-on-quarter basis with a 200 basis points contractions in margins as well. High cost inventory also weighed down on the performance. To discuss this and more importantly, what is the outlook going forward, we now have Mr. Vinod Gupta, who is the Managing Director of the company, joining us now. Mr. Gupta, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here. Well, Q3 was impacted by the volatility that we saw in raw material prices. We are almost towards the end of Q4. Can you tell us how has the situation been when it comes to raw material prices? Have you seen some improvement? And will you be able to achieve your guidance in terms of revenues that you had given us earlier, 1,500 crore rupees? What is the guidance in terms of margins and revenues?
Well, if you look at the volatility in the market in the prices of raw material, which is the cotton, now the prices have already been bottomed out, and now the entire industry has got a confidence in terms of the price of the cotton which is running in the market. The prices have already been bottomed out. That a good amount of business is we are going to see in the near future. In terms of the prices of the products, we have also been bottom out. Now we have got the confidence that there is a good season ahead. In the Q4 time, we understand that the demand from the market is really good, and we also see that the coming season, the summer season, is also going to play a major role in terms of business we are going to have with them. The buyers have also got the confidence that the prices have been bottomed out, so now they can also do a good amount of business.
What will revenues for FY23 look like? You had earlier given guidance of 1,550 crore rupees, Mr. Gupta.
Yeah, in the last 9 months, we have been able to do 990 crores of business, and now in Q4, we understand we will be able to do something around 450 to 460 crores. So if you total it up, it amounts to around 1,450 crores of business we are going to do in this financial year.
Okay. Can you break up this Q4 revenue growth in terms of volumes and pricing? Because I remember in Q3, your volumes declined by a whopping 32%, while the average selling price went up by 7%, which is why net at the revenue level, it was a decline of 25%. So for Q4 currently, since you have a fair amount of idea of what the revenues will look like, can you break it up in terms of volumes and pricing, sir?
In terms of volume, if we see, we are going to have more than 10% of volume growth as compared to Q4 22.
So volume growth is 10% year on year. And quarter on quarter?
Quarter on quarter, of course, it will be around 25%.
And pricing, sir?
The pricing, see, the ASP, whatever we had in the last quarter, that is going to continue.
Got it.
But then in terms of, if you measure it with the Q4 22, it will be slightly lower.
Right, got that. Mr. Gupta, you also had a warehouse and spinning capacity which was supposed to commence in 2023. Can you tell us, I think there was a 115 crore capex plan for that. So can you tell us what's happening on that front? What is the expected revenue and when will it start flowing in?
Now, in terms of the spinning, we are going to double up the production capacity. Right now, we are having a capacity of around 9.5 tons per day spinning capacity. That we are going to double it up. And this entire exercises will be complete in 23-24. And in terms of warehouse, the new warehouse we have built up of around 4 lakh square feet in Calcutta, that is almost complete, and we are going to move into that warehouse, which is going to result in benefit in terms of logistic cost. That movement will take place only from the next month. The warehouse is almost complete. And now we also had capacity enhancement in terms of solar energy. We have already commissioned the 6 megawatt solar power. Previously, it was only 4 megawatt. So there's an increase by 2 megawatt solar power that also has already been commissioned. Only that out of the capex which we had planned, only this spinning capacity is still in progress. It will take another 8 to 9 months to complete it.
Okay. So when it does come on stream, Mr. Gupta, the spinning capacity, will it be used for sales completely outside, or will it be will you be using it for your own,
No, it
own
will be
product?
all captive. It will be
It's
all
captive. So what kind of
Yeah.
margin or cost savings will you see? Margins have been around 13 to 14% is 7% right now. What can you scale it up to once these cost savings kick in?
There should be some increase in terms of EBITDA percentage, whatever we are having. So it will see increase by around 0.25% to 1% increase in EBITDA because of this addition of spinning capacity.
And have you used up all your high cost inventory?
Yeah, the high cost inventory we have almost completed, and this is the last quarter of this financial year, and you will see in terms of numbers what we are going to achieve in this quarter, that it's already been utilized.
So, Mr. Gupta, what could Q4 margins look like with the addition of the spinning capacity, with the solar power that you're getting on board, with the pickup in volumes? What could Q4 margins look like?
So Q4 margins is still under pressure. Maybe not that much as we had it in the last 9 months, but still it is under pressure because we have to come up with. We had an overseas conference with over 450 dealers moving out of India for the business conference, and we had to launch certain schemes also, so that we can get back the confidence of the distributors, so that they can have a good amount of business in Q4. So margins are still not up to the mark which we had focused upon. But then but since the bad time is already over, we are quite confident that 23-24 we will be able to move back to the old days.